Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich as Switzerland. Let's continue on where we last left off. So, we are still maybe going to have some problems in HOI4 in about today. We're trying to reverse some economic downturns, and hopefully, when the big crisis hits, we will be in an okay situation. That's my best, that's my hope. Fingers crossed on that one. Okay, well, let's reset back to 90 days. So maybe... does France have to do something as well? Like, they can demand the territory, but there's no unrest at the moment, apparently. But I'm sure that will change soon enough. So, we are currently, trying to train up some new troops. We're pretty bad in terms of production. The referendum has succeeded, fantastic. So, we gain 10 political power. Memories of Geneva. Stability goes down by 5%. Not the best, but you know what? That's okay. Hopefully the French don't get too mad about our referendum. But it seems like they're mostly just staying out of this, which is nice. At least for the time being. Who knows what's going to happen in the near future. You still got our very, very good attack and defense bonuses in most of Switzerland, except for these two provinces. They're a little bit lackluster at the moment. We can't do this until the crisis actually begins. So, what would be the construction research if passed? Land doctrine if passed? Political power if passed? Industrial research? I mean, none of these seem like they're... War support's okay. I mean, stability would be nice. War support actually be really good as well. But if the French attack us, we should get like a plus 30% for being in a defensive war. Which is pretty good to me. So we're probably going to do the National Protection Act next. As soon as this is ready. And you're already taking down to 58 6 days. So when does this happen? Okay, so Science declared war on itself. That's fine. Please, I'm trying to read. We'll start to increase the French activists rallying against our occupation of HOI4. Probably in France, no doubt, get involved. It'll be aborted if there's no troops there. Okay, so I'm assuming if there's no troops, it just goes to France automatically. The good thing we can ignore that. Or, try to avoid it. So Siam's doing their civil war, not a huge surprise. It looks like the AOG is definitely losing their war against the Chinese. We'll see how that kind of plays out. And Poland has gone for an Austrian king. So they're probably going to join up with the Austrian faction at some point. And there's also a civil war going on in German East Asia. So we'll also see how that plays out for them. So German East Asia, just all of German control in Asia is kind of not looking great. But that's okay. We've finished our economic downturn. Getting those military factories to be like really nice. They're 70 days each. And defensive infrastructure. How long do these take? They're 42 days. And you're 56. Let's go for the military factories first. Because right now, what? We have two? We have two military factions in the country right now, so it's not looking too hot, I would say. Can I get better construction speed yet? I mean, I could. But with my 100% bonus, I'm essentially losing all of that by ahead of time penalty. So let's avoid it for now. Let's go for superior firepower, because we are just a very small country. Doing mass assault probably is not... where we're wanting to go on this. We got the Italian Republic over here, but I'm not worried that the Austrians are going to declare war on us or anything like that. At least not for now. Maybe once we do reclaim the nation, maybe they will. We will see. Or, I mean, we'll ask Germany for help, but they say yes, then that works out pretty well for us. I mean, again, France doesn't have any troops on our borders right now. Like, On day 1, we could immediately just, like, 1, 2, take, like, all these provinces and all these forts. And that would be great. Be really, really good for us, I think. You know, immediately put the commune on the back foot there. We're in free trade. Do we want to go to export? No, not right now, at least. I think we're fine. Got 50 more days on this. I'm trying to remember. I'm just trying to remember when the actual crisis begins. Like soon. I think it's in the first year, but I might be wrong. They're getting socialist education. Road to war's a little bit off. That's 140 days to even demand a territory. And Belgium has declared their independence. So see, either Germans are going to invade Belgium, or they just join the Reichspakt anyway, which happens a decent amount of the time, I think. We shall see. We got better research speed. Let's go for... You're way too ahead of time, so let's get the radio. But I do think the war is going to happen... Like, it's going to happen before 1939. Yeah, and then they just immediately join the Reichspakt. So what was the point of declaring independence? I'm not too sure, to be completely honest with you. It really didn't seem like it did much. Am I getting stability off this every single time? I think I am. So I guess I've been maintaining the peace in the region, which is good. Oh, actually, if you maintain peace in the region long enough, does it just avoid the crisis? Potentially. 20 command power. I could crack down on the Syndicalist, giving us 3% stability, but I've already banned their political parties, so they really have no power at all. So basically, it's 20 command power for a single... Can I actually upgrade one of you now? Yeah. Okay. Get a field marshal. Because we're only getting 0.07 a day. I mean, a war sport's terrible, that's fair. But... that's really bad. 0.06. 0.07. Might as well be getting 0. At that rate, you might as well be getting 0. So, we can modify our government. Already an extensive conscription, which is really nice. Even with that, we're still only at 288,000 manpower, which is, like, really not great. Electronics manufacturer, chemist companies. Organization. Attack and defense just have... Oh, actually, extra 0.5% recruit population. That's probably worthwhile. It's just being such a small country. Where once these guys are actually deployed, that's essentially going to be like our entire army ready to go. So Ullenberger speaks against the Syndicalist, influential colonel in the Swiss military today, to speech towards the National Council, plea with the council to slay the beast that is the Syndicalist movement within the nation. Probably is not going to help with the situation with France, but that's okay. Especially if we do end up going to war with the commune. Which I can always guarantee you we are. We got 2 military factories. We also get like a bunch of bonuses too. Artillery is better. Artillery research is a little bit faster. And actually it's 3 military factories, not 2. I think we just go for this one now as well. Do we need both? Okay, so you do lose out on these 2 as well. We're losing out on 6 civilian factories. And 24 steel. Right now, I make 0. I'm importing 8. I'm using all 8. But I don't know if our country's ever going to get... I mean, it is a decent amount of steel. Extra research slot. You just make civilian factories build a little bit faster. But on the other hand, I really like... We actually can't do this until we've actually declared a war on somebody. So... maybe we just go for the civilian factories and just build the military. Because I think that 24 steel... that probably is going to save us a little bit in the long run. But for right now... Do I need to improve the war support? Industrial research would be nice. Land doctrine, political power. You know what? Let's just subsidize Swiss steel. Let's get the steel things going. Probably the best we can do at the moment. Another 52 days until they're going to be getting another event here. So France. Okay, so Jackie's been elected president. So there's definitely going to be a 4-way civil war. So we'll see how that turns out for them. Also, it's still weird how this shows up. Like, he shouldn't show up until like January, right? Or March. I think they changed it at some point with FDR, but don't exactly remember. There's getting some propaganda. Germany, you like us. At least I like you. Is that for trading? Similar ideology, we're trade partners. Norway joined the Third International, okay. Or similar ideology. Okay, so you have joined... I mean, it's at least it's more countries joining the International. So it's good for them. It's technically bad for us, but if we're wanting to make the war more interesting, it's definitely going to be more interesting with them involved. Sweden could also theoretically go for the commune as well. Finland's actually also gone Syndicalist. This is actually a very Syndicalist heavy game, isn't it? Ukraine is going fascist, I think. Or National Populist. Is that the National Populist tree or is it a different one? I don't know, but they're going down this tree. So I'm curious to kind of see how everything's going to turn out. Because there's a decent chance that all 3 of these guys will join the International. Even Denmark, I think, has the possibility to do so. If they refuse to join Germany in a war against France, Germany can declare war on Denmark, and then Denmark can join the International that way. So Finland, are you... You're denouncing monarchism. I don't know when you could theoretically join the International, because I'm pretty sure you can. But the North is lost. I mean, I'm actually surprised. Almost every single game I played recently, Finland has just joined the Reichspakt pretty easily. But, you know, making more fronts would be nice. So I kind of want Sweden to actually join the Reichspakt. But I think because they've already gone for the Social Democrats, they cannot. Oh, no, they can't go. Okay, they cannot go Syndicalist because they did not go with the coalition. Okay. So Sweden's at least... I don't know if they're out of the war, but they're not going to join the International. So that's good at least. And the AOG has been annexed, so China is now getting pretty powerful. With the Republic of China down here. Will they go to war with Qing? I don't know. Also, this guy is taking a port province, which doesn't even make any sense. How would you have done that? I do not know. The Indo-Chinese Union is also looking pretty... I mean, they're probably actually going to lose, I think. The Indo-Chinese Union. But losing the AOG is actually, like, really bad for Germany. Okay, so let's get that steel. We'll potentially also save a civilian factory by not having to spend it on getting that steel. Oh, Germany actually just declares war on China. Okay, well, that makes things a lot simpler then, doesn't it? Well, that's... I would go and say really bad for us. How are you going to declare war on... How are you going to do this? But I'm pretty sure the Indo-Chinese, or the German East Asia is now just going to be fighting a war on 2 fronts, which is going to be their death. Like, I'm pretty sure you cannot stand a 2-front war against the Republic of China and Indo-Chinese Union, because you're also going to be declaring war on this dude as well. So we shall see. You know, there's interesting times ahead. But I definitely don't want to ask the Austrians for help. Because when we played as Austria, we didn't do a very good job of protecting Switzerland. So I think I still want to help out the Germans. There's still no unrest in the territory. And that's good. So let's get some delay. Let's get this upgrade. Did they already win? Oh yeah, they just like immediately gave up. Okay. Will Germany declare war on them too? I do not know. But China is definitely going to take all those territories. So the 1932 Geneva Strike has been a 5-year anniversary. 5 years ago today, the workers of Geneva began a major industrial action demanding social and economic reforms, which threatened the spread of to the rest of the French-speaking Western Switzerland, known as Romandie. Fearful of potential revolutionary influence by the Commune of France, the central government in Bern reacted swiftly, sending in the federal army to break the strike. In ensuing violence, 13 were killed and over 100 injured in Geneva. This left a bitter divide between Romandie and Bern, which is, over the subsequent years, has failed to heal. Encouraged by... Okay, so I'm assuming this is now going to be the crisis. Which is not great. Oh, I can actually just open mines now. But now I'm like, if I can just build the mines, do I want to go for this upgrade still? Actually, it's still 10%, 15% military factory construction speed. That's not bad. I don't think that's really bad at all. So let's go for 2 civilian factories down here. We are getting a bonus to it, which I'm actually not making use out of. And also, let's immediately... Now, it's going to use 4 civilian factories, though, which is actually a ton. And get some chromium as well. I don't need chromium at the moment. Like, I'm not using it, so... It's not the highest priority. Okay, but now we need tungsten. And we need steel. So, going for the 24 steel Romandie probably was the best option. Which one is Romandie? The territory that would most easily be lost to the French in case of a war. That's a little bit worrying, I will admit. France, you should just stay out of the war forever. I know that doesn't make any sense because we were about to attack you. You're actually sending some troops over to China. Which is understandable. You do want to stop the Germans. But it'd really help me out a lot if you just did not do that. Oh. There is kind of new king. That's A-okay. And the socialists have won a victory at Romandie. That, you know, we're trying to build this factory. It's probably not great. Socialists proposed recollection with France, backed by the conservative federal government. The majority of the German-speaking cantons, the Swiss Employers Organization, has refused to sign the so-called Peace for Work agreement proposed by the trade unions, put an end to the massive lockouts happening in the watch manufacturers. Got the standoff in America. Well, we're not going to support this nonsense. Probably should have cracked down on them, huh? In hindsight, maybe we should have cracked down on them. Yeah, not a chance. Absolutely not. We've got to destroy the French. We cannot join them. Got 4 more days until our steel is ready to go. The illegal referendum. Absolutely. What is this? Absolute nonsense these guys are trying to propose. We do have our Swiss steel now, which is nice. So I'm gonna wait 30 days, or the 10 days, I should say, to see in case the thing fires in the next 10 days. Because if it fires in like 10 days, we can immediately do the Soviet crisis. Unless I'm missing something, which I don't know if I am. We lost 2% stability. France is now getting some events to deal with the situation. That's okay. And there's still apparently not unrest. But I don't want to waste this doing like a 50-day focus or 70-day focus. I probably needed to do some of this stuff. Claiming recollect. Yeah, no, the results are absolutely illegal. Please do not do anything. I know this episode's going a little bit longer than normal, but that's okay. Mostly because I want the crisis to fire at the end of this episode, so then we can begin the next one, you know, with a bang. We got the American Civil War. That is okay. Do I know which option they chose? They went for sweeping reforms. Okay, so they boosted the power of the CSA. Unless you just do not have the crisis fire. No, because apparently there's still no unrest. Don't know if I believe you, necessarily. But I think, okay, we'll just be ending the episode here. So thanks everybody for watching my Anthem. If you enjoyed, put a thumbs up. Not enjoy, thumb down. If you want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.